Hi, this is Vijay, and you're watching Focus and Blur channel. Now, in today's video, we are going to discuss two topics. The first is American politics. And in American politics, we are going to discuss about the internecine battle that's taking place within the Republican Party. Now, what I would like to characterize as the Pat Buchanan wing of the party taking on the rest of the party. And the second topic is about UK, United Kingdom. I had a chance to visit UK a few weeks ago, and I'm going to put forward my observations, and we'll see whether the UK is really in decline. So let's start. Welcome to Focus and Blur. Recently, Tucker Carlson interviewed Ted Cruz. Now, let me give you some background. Tucker Carlson is a media personality who was at Fox News for a long time. And recently, he has started his own podcast. And Ted Cruz is a senator from Texas. He joined Senate for the first time in 2012. He rode the Tea Party wave. And I remember from 2016 debates, Ted Cruz was extremely sharp and he could think on his feet. So, my impression about Ted Cruz was that he is a really intelligent person. So that's why I was a bit surprised when Tucker was essentially toying with him in this interview. Maybe Ted Cruz had an off day. But then I realized that this is the same battle that has been going on in the Republican Party since 1992. And that battle was between Pat Buchanan and George Herbert Walker Bush. Now, Buchanan lost that battle. George Bush won the Republican nomination and eventually he lost the general election. But um, that was the thought process. And the thought process that was espoused by Buchanan had three major points. The first one was about external wars. He suggested that America should not get involved unless America is directly threatened. The second point was about protectionism, and he said we need to do everything possible to bring back manufacturing jobs. And third was about uncontrolled immigration. And if we look at Tucker's various monologues or his recent commentary, we see these 3 points. So I'm not saying that Tucker Carlson is essentially Pat Buchanan 2.0, but I do believe that that thought process is still intact within the Republican Party. Now, Buchanan could never win the Republican nomination. Donald Trump used many of his points to win 2016 nomination. Now, again, I'm not saying whether the Tucker will run in 2028 for Republican nomination, but um, I guess whoever runs would definitely seek his support. Now, one major advantage that Tucker has is he can directly reach his audience. He does not need any media houses, any media houses as such. Um, that was the Pat Buchanan limitation because Buchanan had to rely on CNN or other news channels in order to ensure that his thoughts are reaching Republican audience. So we'll see what happens, whether Tucker really runs for the nomination. Only time will tell. But for now, let's sit for American politics. Let's see how UK is doing now. Now we keep on hearing these news items about United Kingdom's decline. Now recently I did get a chance to visit UK, and I'm going to give you my impressions as such. Now, first of all, I would say that if you remain within certain parts of London, then everything is magnificent, beautiful, and everything works quite well. It has a pretty good underground metro. So you can go from any place to other. You have to walk a lot, to be honest, but other than that, everything is fine. But if you venture a bit towards east, then suddenly you may start hearing police sirens all the time. But even with that, why are United Kingdom's citizens so uncomfortable? Where is this uneasiness coming from? If you look at it, they have good standard of living. They have pretty good standard of living, to be honest. But I think it's about relative standard of living. They do have ancestors' capital as such, but going forward, they are not going to have the capital at the same rate. Rest of the world is catching up, and if you just look at UK's population, which is close to 70 million, just based on the size of population, it's not going to be the fourth, fifth, or sixth economy of the world. So they have to punch above their weights. Now, they do have finance, but other than finance, they do not have Silicon Valley as such. So, what is the industry that is going to bring money from all over the world and pour into UK? If you do not have such an industry, then you will be just like the rest of the world. Now, the standard of living may go up in the rest of the world. It may go up in UK as well. But I do believe the uneasiness is about relative disparity going away. So, if UK's economy is just dependent upon the size of its population, now it's not even in European Union. So it's not gonna be that great, to be honest. So I think they have to punch above their weights, and the key here is the human resources again. If they can be number one in some specialized industries, then they might be able to maintain the standard of living. Otherwise, they may have to keep on spending their ancestors' capital as such, and eventually that capital will go away, and UK's economy will become like the rest of the world. But I do not believe that's in the near future as such. I do not see any immediate collapse. But this malaise or relative decline is something that I don't believe they can ignore. So that's all I had for this video. Do share and subscribe. Keep watching Focus and Blur.